conviction, my bias may change depending on what this market does. As of right now, I'm still looking to be a contrarian trader. Even though the NSE says it's short, my rules tell me that the market's still kind of going sideways, and therefore you're losing NSEs, and we don't want to lose any NSEs. That's why we're not taking any. So I like the EET. So my fill right now would be 87.50 limit on this trade after it, if and after it signals. So as of right now, it hasn't signaled. Okay, it may signal right here after this bar. We'll see if it does. There it is. I'm going to go and limit 87.50. Well, if it touches my target of 88.50, 4 ticks is already gone, right? That means I'd missed the trade. Well, let's see if we get filled here. That's one of my rules as well. If the trade I'm going to take makes its profit and I didn't get filled, well, I cancel the trade. Anything else would be chasing because it's already made its profit. So 86.50 is the stop loss on this trade. So we're risking 4 ticks. If the next NSC were a valid NSC, I'd go for a little bit more, but we're still in that zone where the market wants to stay tight. So I really just want to grab 4 ticks. I'm recovering. I really want to take more than 4 ticks, but I've got to be diligent. I got to look and say, hey, the market's not moving anywhere. That's why we're in no NSE zone. So I just want to be able to take 4 ticks and recover my way like that, opposed to holding out longer and longer. I mean, sure, at some point we're going to get a breakout, and it could happen right now, right? But we don't know that, so we're going to stick with the rules. So let's see if we can get filled up here at 88.50 for a 4-tick recovery. Still not going to be done. Still going to need a little bit more profit if we do get it. If it hits 88.50, my stop loss will get moved up to entry. And you'll see if we get it and it ends up running, that'll be another NSC that would have been a losing trade. It's why a lot of guys say, hey, what's the win rate on the NSC? Well, it's really hard to give you that because there's times we don't take the NSCs. So even though this is a losing NSC, if we add all the NSCs up in a day, this would be a loser, but we wouldn't take the NSC. So how do I give you the numbers when you send those kind of emails, you know? So that's why I like these videos, to really show you firsthand that we don't make this stuff up. There's times we simply don't take NSEs, and here's just a very good example of that. So let's see if we can break through quarters here and get up towards halves and see if we can jump off with a 4-tick profit. Our stop loss has been moved up. So if it comes back down, we'll get stopped out. That can get frustrating, but you gotta let it. You gotta stick with the rules there, right? So let's look at this. Here's a couple NSEs that would have been losers, okay? And we saved ourselves that by not being in those trades. So we've recovered again. We're close to profit. 2 contracts, $100, or about a tick away. Let's be realistic. We got a couple 3 trades in there with commissions, so 2 ticks would cover my commissions. So I could very easily just take a 2-tick trade. Okay. You'll see we got some back coloring here. This is a different rule to keep us out of NSEs. We're getting ready to lose that rule though, but as of right now we're still avoiding NSEs. This was one rule. This is a new rule. That's what the back coloring is. So looking like I'm going to take a quick 2-tick pullback. Now this kind of skews the risk reward by doing that, but I really only need to I'm trading 2 contracts. I want to be up over $100. I want to cover my commissions. 2 ticks will do just that. So I'm going to enter a pullback. We got some very strong conviction, right? Some nice bullish bars. We're now out of no NSE zone. So I'm looking to make just a pullback for just 2 tick. It's a great trade. It could stand for even more. But just want to make 2 ticks, want to make my profit, and I want to end for the day. That's what I do. I want to make what I want to make per day, and I want to stop. I don't want to trade all day. Some guys want to do, and that's fine. You can certainly use my system to trade all day if that's what you want to do. I like just making some money and leaving. That's why I trade. I trade for money. I love trading. I think it's awesome, but if there wasn't no money attached to it, I certainly wouldn't do it. So could also take an EET to the short side, try to scalp 2 ticks off of that. EET is going to happen before the pullback trade. I could scalp, like I said, scalp a quick 2 ticks off the EET. I could actually stay in even longer simply because the next NSC is now going to be valid. So in fact, we may just go ahead and try that and give an example of what I mean now. This next NSC is valid. When it happens, it's a strong percentage winner. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to win, but it's got a strong percentage of winner. I just need a couple of ticks. This EET would get me short before the NSE goes short. So it's still aggressive because I could lose on that trade. But if it turns around as NSE ends up going short, it's just a great profit. I could end up being 6 to 8 ticks profit even before the NSE happens, and I could stay in the NSE even longer. Or I could scale out, right? I could let one contract off, clear up, and then let one go if it wants to take off. So I could take a pullback at 88.75. I'm going to be a little aggressive, take another EET, see if we can ride this out for a little bit more. I'm going to set it up for 3 ticks. Based solely on the fact I'm doing this, okay, pullbacks are still a valid trade. Earlier we talked about subjectivity. Pullbacks are EETs. EETs and pullbacks right now are both good trades to make, okay? But this next NSE to the short side after it happens has got a strong percentage of winner because we're coming out of no zone. That's one of the rules I teach. So the EET, even though aggressive, gets me in that NSE before it happens. I can have, again, 4 to 8 ticks profit before it even happens. What's the downside? 3 to 4 ticks risk. So we'll see if we get an EET signal here. I'm going to go short. 89.50 limit would be my fill. Would be risking 4 ticks on the trade. There we go. I'm jumping in. I'm filled. Let me move my stop loss. Okay. Only need 3 ticks profit. Next NSE is valid. Okay, the downside is I don't know when the NSE is going to happen, so taking the EET is aggressive. But again, if this comes down and makes the NSE, I'll have a big profit in there off that EET. But because we've been kind of recovering, going back and forth, 2 ticks is all I need. This is a great EET. I'm going to go ahead and shoot for 3 ticks. That will definitely cover all my commissions, give me more than a point profit for this video series. And, you know, same thing could happen, all right? NSE market may want to take off and may take another loser. If that happens, we're simply going to recover again. That's what it's all about, okay? You'll notice my exit on a CET, if the pullback, I told you the EET happens before the pullback, I could plausibly exit the EET with a small profit and even jump back in on the pullback trade and go long. Okay, a lot of different nuances to my system. That's why I tell all my students when they first start trading, don't expect to trade live after a week or even 2 or 3 weeks. Trading is a business. It's a skill. It's going to take time to learn. It's going to take time to practice. You need to know all this. You need to know what you're going to do at all times. All these rules that I'm throwing out there, you need to be familiar with them. So if you're going to purchase my system or any other system, plan on several weeks of learning and practicing. Don't be so anxious to put your money out there. Okay, we're putting our money out there to show you that it really works with real money because of all the questions we get. But you keep your money in the bank and you do this until you're good at it. And that's what I tell all my students. You paper trade for several weeks, and when you feel you're ready, you trade live with 1 contract. If you can't do it with 1 contract, you can't do it with 10 contracts. So you do it with 1 contract. It's just $50 a day, not a lot of money, but that's not what it's about. It's all about being consistent. So again, we're short on an EET. We're gonna pull a little bit more out, see if we can grab 3 full ticks off this trade. I know this video is going to end up being long. I'm probably going to have to pause it. In fact, let's go ahead and pause it. Okay, we are really close on time. Try not to stop this video. So if we get filled on here for a profit, that will be definitely way more than a point profit for the day. Then we'll go ahead and stop the video immediately because I think we're getting close. Another minute, I'll go ahead and stop it if we're not filled here. Either way, whether we're either going to get stopped out or profit, I'm just going to stop the video here in another minute and start the next one. Unfortunately, YouTube only gives us 8 to 9 minutes play on these videos, so just hate to stop a video right in the middle of a live trade as you don't know what's going to happen, and I'd like you guys to see it in real life, so I'm just going to go ahead and pause one more time. Okay, we took another stop out there, right? So we're going to stop this video. We're going to do it all over again. We're going to just keep this going, show you guys how to recover and make money using this system. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and stop you right